Hi. Today I want to talk about how I use AI. I use it in a kind of boring way. Here's a typical example. I have protocol buffer definitions here on the right side. And they have a field called message type as first field. All of them have this. And I decided that I need to remove this field. Now, normally with protocol buffers, you should never reuse numbers. So if I would remove this field, I would start with the number 2 in all of these messages if the buffer is already in use. But in this case, the protocol buffer is not in use yet. I'm still designing the protocol. So I want to renumber the fields, basically for aesthetic reasons, right? So I would like to have the string title here, have the number 1 and so on for all the others. And that's a task in which AI really excels. Like if you ask Claude to do that, it will immediately spit out the right solution. We'll just rewrite the file and give you the renumbered fields here. And it doesn't touch the other fields at all. I checked it and it's entirely correct. So I'm using AI mostly for these kind of simple translation tasks. When you have lots of manipulations that you could automatize, say in Emacs with an eLisp script, but it would probably take too much time. I'm not that proficient with Emacs to do that just out of the box very fast. So I would have to probably write a script and waste half a day on that. So and manually, such tasks also take away a lot of time. So for these kind of tasks, I think AI is perfect. Still, I'm wondering about using more tools. There are, of course, extensions for Emacs that fully integrate AI. And also VS Code has, of course, really good extensions. And I was wondering, about which AI to use. I was wondering which tools to use. And I'm still not sure because I don't want to use AI for generating code very much because I still think AI is sometimes giving really horrendous results, even though most of the times the results are really good. So one of the problems, for instance, is that I asked Claude a while ago, which number is larger, 5.11 or 5.9, and it then spat out the result that 5.11 is of course larger and gave a completely wrong, bogus explanation. Why? It's clear what's going on there. It interpreted the number as a semantic version number, and then it is indeed the larger semantic version tag. But of course, without the context, it shouldn't make this assumption. And if you ask Gemini Pro or ChatGPT 5, they give the right result. Now, I don't really trust an AI that gives me very wrong answers to very simple math questions. So that's why I'm reluctant to use Claude AI, even though Claude is supposed to be the best AI for Go programming. And then I wonder, should I get a ChatGPT 5 subscription? The Plus subscription is like 24 euros, I think. That's affordable. But then again, I read that if you want to really use that seriously for coding, you probably have to get some kind of ultimate subscription that costs you 200 euros per month or more. And that's just too much money for me right now. And it's not that I have someone who pays that for me. So that's out of question. And then I'm not sure whether I should get the kind of smaller Plus subscription, whether that's worth it. I would like to hear opinions about that. And I would like to hear in the comments, if you have time, to hear what kind of tools you're using, what kind of VS Code extensions are you using, how do you use AI? Do you use it for generating whole files in a programming language, or do you use it for simple tasks like I do? I feel I'm missing out a little bit, but then again, I think I prefer to use it in a way as a glorious autocomplete right now, when it makes absolutely no mistakes. Like in this case, it makes no mistakes at all. And I'm reluctant to use it in a way that I have to audit the code afterwards, because then you never know whether it doesn't introduce some really horrible things that you might even miss in the code review. And then you get this, classical wipe code problem. Well, it's not classical yet, but you get these problems that you have a crappy code base, and that's the last thing you want to have, right? So I'm wondering about your opinion, and just wanted to give you this quick overview of how I use AI. Okay, that's it for today. Hope you liked this video, and see you another time. Bye.